Hello, hello. It is day 157 of my 365-day raw suspending disbelief journey. It is September 26th, 2024, and today was sort of an up and down day. It was very, I got lots done, but I also was, I was really feeling this. It was like energy bursts mixed with sleepy bursts. Like it was really weird. And I was also I was having to deal with, at the end of the day, my son's teacher came out and told me he ran off from they were doing an outdoor activity today, a Terry Fox run, or that day. And, he had run off and gone back inside the school without permission, and everybody had been searching for him and stuff like that. And obviously that scared everybody, and everybody was all in an uproar and whatever. But we're coming up against some struggles, with him, with school, all of that kind of thing. And first of all, I know that this is the grade 2 milestone. It just seems like it hits at this age for a lot of kids. And for a lot of kids, it can be the curriculum gets a little bit harder. They start actually having to be more consistently learning versus playing, or learning through playing kind of thing. And for a lot of kids, especially who are neurodiverse, it's where their differences start standing out more. And I think that that's what's going on with my son, is just he's brilliant. He's ahead of the class, but he's bored because of that. And when you have an ADHD kid who's bored, it will turn into a situation where, they're zoning off in la la land and then in trouble because they're not listening. Or, in my son's case, for example, breaking something, he was snapping his pencil crayons out of boredom, just sitting there and playing with them, and ended up snapping a whole bunch of them. And when and then they're getting in trouble for these things. And I will say my son's teacher is really good. She's very understanding. She's working with us on it, all of that kind of thing. But still, they're getting called out for it. Their friends maybe are noticing all of these types of things. And it's just become like we're in a loop, it almost feels like. So I am, brainstorming, working on ways to get us out of this space that we've moved into, as far as how he's feeling about school, what he's doing at school. And then because he's frustrated at school, then also coming home and lashing out at home, or fighting with his sisters, or not listening to the parents type of thing. There's just so many fallout pieces of it. And then what ends up happening is it's like the kid is in trouble all the time in all areas of his life. And then it feels like, to that child, like everybody's out to get them, even though nobody started out giving them trouble or anything like that. It just has now developed into that, because it's like he's acting out. His behaviors are being perceived as that a lot. And some of them are him acting out. And anyway, we're in this rough patch right now. And like I mentioned yesterday, I'm suspending disbelief about it. I'm going it's all going to work out fine. It's going to be great. And, so far all the developments have turned out to be good. We're making progress. But I'm not sure how. It's funny, actually. I finished reading The Big Leap. I finally got through the whole book. And normally I get through books a lot faster than that, but there's certain types of books that I just like fly through. And then there's other ones that are like, think on the concept for a little while before you move on. So anyway, I finished it, and I almost feel like I should just start reading it again right now. Like it's so applicable to so many different areas of life. It is so useful and powerful and all these things. So I'm going, well, I am I know that there's a part in there, and maybe I will just sort of go back to the different parts instead of reading the whole book or whatever, but I know that there's a part in there about how as parents, we can manifest like these behaviors in our kids and stuff like that when we hit our upper limits. And so I need to look at that and see if there's anything that I can do on my end that also will help to shift this energetically. And yeah, just sort of feeling like that's a possibility. And at the same time, like, I'm grateful that the teacher's working with us, and I'm just trying to keep my patience with my kid, because I'm like, I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, oh boy. And anyway, so aside from that, I had it was a really interesting, and it might seem tiny, breakthrough, but I've been struggling more lately with like junky eating, like just not necessarily binge eating, although maybe occasionally, but for the most part, it's just snacking a lot, because it's like I don't have time, or I guess let's rephrase that, because Einstein time, but I haven't been choosing to make the time to shop for the right foods, prep the right foods, like whatever the case may be in the different time frames. But I have been doing a lot of snacking, especially by the end of the night. Like if I'm like, the kids will have something faster for supper, and then I end up like snacking all evening or something like that. And it's not balanced. This is one area where like I'm struggling as far as keeping the balanced lifestyle goes. And that's for me, like, I prefer cold, raw, like fruits and veggies type food. So snacking shouldn't be such a big deal, but I haven't been snacking on that stuff. I've been snacking on the junky foods, right? So especially towards the end of the night, and because I haven't been feeding myself properly, then after the kids are in bed and I'm just sort of like wrapping things up, then I'm still hungry because I haven't nourished my body. So then I end up, I'm snacking on stuff, right? And I have been fighting with myself over it. I've been struggling with it, right? Where it's like, stop doing this. This is ridiculous. You don't even like to eat this crap. Like, this is, and now it's become like maybe a minor addiction, maybe like you get hooked on those things very quickly. So to stop them becomes harder, and so on. And I'm like, okay, I want to stop this. I don't want to be eating this crap before bed. I don't feel good when I do that. I don't, like, I'm definitely feeling the, like, I'm going to gain weight, not lose it type of thing, right? Like, it's all of the pieces. And I had this thought, like, I kept getting these messages of like being tested on my commitment to something, like, am I really serious about what I'm doing or whatever? And I was like, I don't know what that's about. Like, it's definitely not business related or anything like that, because I'm absolutely committed there. And then I connected the dots to the food thing, and I was like, and I randomly had the idea that I should just shift the time of day that I'm doing that, and have that be like the micro step towards success. And this is one of my specialties, is helping people find the micro steps that will take them towards their big goals. And I have started moving my own body. I've, all of these things based on my big goals, but at the same time, this one piece I've been stuck on. And the micro step came to me of just like, move it to a different time of day, not right before bed when your resistance is low, when your decision fatigue is high. So therefore it's harder to make a strong decision. And then also when you're having like sugary stuff before bed, not having a good sleep at night because of it, and so on. And that's like the worst time for our bodies as far as like digestion and, all of these things. So I know better. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to shift to a different time of day and not tell myself that I can't have these things, not tell myself that, like not put in all these millions of restrictions, but I'm just going to allow myself to have those things earlier in the day and not be having that later at night. And it was amazing. Like within 2 days, I think maybe 3, the cravings late at night were gone. And even during the day, like I was giving myself permission to have that stuff during the day. And maybe just because, again, my resistance is stronger at that point. My decision-making ability is still stronger at that point, whatever, but I'm not having as much of it either at those earlier times in the day. And it has created this improvement and overall just feeling better and whatever. So that suspending disbelief that like it can be that small of a step that I don't even have to cut back on them. I just need to move it to a different time of day, that could make a difference. It worked, right? It already made this shift. It already was like the one thing. And again, this is listening to the nudges. This is getting the tiniest idea pop into your head, and it seems unreasonable. It seems like it's not going to achieve your end goal, but you do it anyway, and voila, you are shifting. So I don't know. I thought that was really interesting as well. So I just wanted to share that. And I think that's all I've got to share with you guys today. So yeah, I will talk to you all tomorrow.